How's it going, everyone? Today I am here with my WWE TLC Tables, Ladders, and Chairs 2015 pay-per-view. Of course, TLC ended earlier tonight. And coming out of TLC, I gotta say, I was honestly very pleased with the pay-per-view. You know, I honestly came out of it really pleased for the most part. You know, I honestly enjoyed the show. I thought, you know, everything delivered besides maybe a match or two. But besides that, for the most part, I enjoyed TLC. I thought it was a good pay-per-view, and definitely thought it was a good way to end the year. For WWE in terms of pay-per-views, because they've been the greatest this year, but I definitely think TLC was probably one of the strongest ones they've had this year, to be perfectly honest. Excuse my voice if it's a little down. My voice has been kind of all screwed up today. Just, you know, throat, you know, winter is coming, so, you know, it's getting cold, and, you know, the sicknesses are coming and whatnot, so excuse my throat if I sound a little weird throughout this video. But before the pay-per-view started, of course, we had the 1 hour kickoff, which happened. Didn't see the first half of it, mainly because the network was having issues again. By the way, on my end, I usually have great service with the network, but for some reason, TLC just was not being very good. At least 3 or 4 times, it was just really laggy and really just freezing a lot. So it didn't prevent me from saying anything, because I, you know, was quick on my feet and just, you know, try to work around it. I fixed it eventually, but it was just very terrible service on their part, because a lot of people had that problem as well. But kickoff, you know, nothing really happened. We had an impromptu match that was announced like a little before the pay-per-view started, which was Sasha Banks versus Becky Lynch. Team Bad had a promo before it, absolutely terrible. They just need to stop with Team Bad. I don't even know why they're still going. It's just absolutely terrible. But Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch had a really good match on the kickoff. You know, it wasn't at their NXT TakeOver Unstoppable level good, but it was a really good match. You know, the crowd was in Sasha Banks, of course, a hometown girl, so they were supporting her, and Becky Lynch put on a good match. You know, they had a lot of good counters. Cole screwing up the names of a lot of submissions, which irritated me, but they had a really good match, I thought. You know, Team Bad got involved, which led to Sasha Banks getting the victory with the Banks statement, which I thought it was good, because I think they're building Becky Lynch to challenge Charlotte next, so I think it was a good way to have her lose, but not, you know, she looked good losing, basically. So that was a good match, I thought. And another thing I want to mention is Dario had a Q&A, and the reason why I'm mentioning it is because I thought Dario did an excellent job in the Q&A. I thought he just... what he did in that Q&A segment was, like, better than anything you can do in a 15-minute promo in the ring. It was gold, it was great. I liked his attitude, I thought he did an absolutely great job in it. So that was a really good segment there. So if you haven't seen that, I'd recommend checking it out. They probably have like a little video on YouTube of it. So I'd recommend checking it out if you can. We're going to the pay-per-view itself, which opened up with the triple threat ladder match for the WWE Tag Team Championship. The New Day versus the Lucha Dragons versus the Usos. Of course, New Day comes out, cuts a promo, absolutely gold. And then we get into the match. Holy shit, this match was absolutely amazing. By far, one of the best ladder matches I've seen in quite some time. This is definitely a match that you're a contender for WWE. This match is absolutely spectacular. You know, Xavier Woods was on commentary throughout the match as well, which added to it. But just insane match. So many awesome spots. They utilize the ladder perfectly. There's so many spots I can't sit here and name them all off, because there's so much happened. Everyone in that match put 110% into it. A+ for effort, A+ for everything. The match came off so well, and it was just, honestly, it was so much fun, and I would, you know, like I said, this was a WWE match of the year contender. It was just absolutely insane. Xavier Woods, you know, getting on the trombone mid-match and just doing the trombone thing when, you know, Big E and Kofi were getting the advantage. It was just absolutely insane chaos. Sin Cara killed himself in the match. Kofi killed himself in the match as well. Just absolute chaos, absolute insanity, and I can't even begin to name off the list of spots that happened, because there's so many. Of course, the biggest spot coming out of it, of course, was the Kalisto hitting the Selena Del Sol on, I believe, was it Kofi or was it Big E? I think it was, I forgot who it was. Someone from New Day. He hit a Selena Del Sol off a ladder, through a ladder. Absolutely insane spot. I could not believe it. That was probably, honestly, probably one of my favorite ladder matches spots, at least in recent memory, maybe of all time, because that was just absolutely amazing. But fantastic match. I can't put this match over enough. Definitely match of the night of the show, which sucks because it's the opening match, so every match following has to live up to it somehow, which they didn't. But, you know, it's amazing match. Of course, ending came. Kalisto tried climbing it. Xavier Woods got up, threw his trombone at Kalisto. Kalisto fell. Or no, Kofi threw him down, and Kofi climbed the ladder and retrieved the tag team titles. So New Day are still your tag team champions, and which was an absolutely fantastic match. Absolutely loved every second of it. After that, we go into Ryback versus Rusev. Nothing really special here, just your average match. You know, Ryback did a lot of top rope maneuvers. Besides that, it was just your basic Raw and SmackDown match. Nothing really too much to talk about. Rusev got the win with the accolade. So it was decent. It was nothing too much to talk about. Another side note I want to mention about this pay-per-view, I really liked how they try to make each match seem important. Before each match, they played a graphic for the match, and then they, played a video package for the match, or, during the entrances, they'll show, like, what's happened the past couple weeks on Raw to lead to that match. So I thought that was a big plus for WWE to do, to, show that each match on this card has a reason for it, not just, for the sake of doing it. So I like that, they hyped up each match before it and, showed a video package for it. So that's just a little thing that I want to give props to WWE for doing. So that was good. After that, we had the chairs match for the United States Championship, Alberto Del Rio versus Jack Swagger. This match actually was surprisingly really good, I thought. This is definitely their best match by far, in my opinion. I thought they utilized the chairs perfectly. They really were just laying into each other. Del Rio just chucking chairs at Swagger, which I thought was hilarious. It was good back and forth. There was a few times where I thought Jack Swagger almost won it. Especially when he had Del Rio the Patriot Lock on a chair. He had the chair. He had his ankle through a chair and had it in the Patriot Lock. I thought Swagger might have actually won it there. But it was actually very good. I was surprised. Unfortunately, the crowd wasn't into it, so it kind of hurt. It kind of sucks when there's a match that's pretty good going on and the crowd just does not care for it. So it kind of took away the interest of the match, considering the crowd was interested in it. But for the most part, I thought it was really good. For what it was. And they, like I said, utilized the steel chairs perfectly. I thought they utilized the chairs, throughout the majority of the match, and not the entire match. Just wailing at each other with the chairs. Swagger took a beating to the back, man. Like, he was in the corner, he was sitting up, and Del Rio was just swinging on his back, absolutely murdering his back. And eventually Del Rio hit the foot stomp from the top when Swagger was hanging from the ropes under the chairs for the victory. So, very good match here from both guys. Like I said, probably their best match they've ever had so far. And I was impressed. I was really surprised how good their match was. From there, I'm going to go to the 8-man tag team elimination tables match. The Dudley Boyz, Tommy Dreamer, and Rhyno versus the Wyatt family. A fun match here. It was just kind of all over the place. So it's kind of really, hard to really keep track of what's going on because there's so much that's going on at once. It's difficult to keep track of these kind of matches because, like I said, there's 8 guys involved and just chaos is going around. First person to get eliminated, of course, was the useless Eric Rowan. Why they even use him, I have no idea. He literally is the most useless person maybe on the roster. Like, he's like, I'm not even going to start on Eric Rowan. He's useless. He got eliminated pretty much like a minute into the match from a 3D by the Dudleys to a table, so he was out of the match. And then so it was 3-4. And then they went around. Rhyno was eliminated next when Luke Harper gave him a big boot through a table. Some of these table spots are pretty crappy, by the way, I'm not going to lie, how they got eliminated. So he was gone. Then Devon got eliminated by Bray Wyatt when Bray Wyatt, kind of just picked him up and slid him through a table. Snuck up on him, did that. Then Tommy Dreamer got eliminated by Luke Harper when Luke Harper did a suicide dive on the outside, knocking Tommy Dreamer through a table. And then the last person to get eliminated was Bubba Ray Dudley. He tried to set a table on fire. He put fluid on a table, tried to put Bray Wyatt through it. Luke Harper gave him a super kick. Braun Strowman came out of nowhere and threw him right through it. So the Wyatt family wins the match. Like I said, it was fun. They did a spot with Braun Strowman where they buried a bunch of tables on him. They usually do that spot in some kind of match where they just bury someone, a bunch of stuff, like whether it's chairs, ladders, tables, whatever. They'll just bury them. So of course he was buried it for a while and just broke through and won the match for the Wyatt. So like I said, it was a fun little match there. So that was good. From there on, we go to the Intercontinental Championship match. Kevin Owens versus Dean Ambrose. Of course, Kevin Owens coming out and cutting a promo before the match, basically stating that he's going to retain the Intercontinental Championship. Pretty much getting some heel heat, hating on the local team for where they're at, Boston. So they're hating on Boston teams. And then Dean Ambrose came out, and they had a really good match. Great back and forth action. You can definitely tell a difference from their Survivor Series match. You can definitely tell Ambrose was more into it and more, willing to do more because, at Survivor Series he had to do 2 matches, so he had to conserve his energy. Whereas here he knew he had 1 match, so he just, I'm not gonna say he went all out, but you definitely can tell he was more comfortable doing the things he was doing, or not trying to hold back anything. That's what I meant. And they put on a really good match. They had a lot of. The one thing I absolutely loved of the match was the reversals. It was reversal of reversals. It was absolutely great. Like Ambrose would, Owens would throw Ambrose into the apron. Ambrose would do the thing where he'd twirl around and he'd do something, but then Owens would reverse it into something else. I really love the reversals in this match. I thought that was the best part about it. It was a good, paced match. Kevin Owens was being the great heel that he was, yelling, being obnoxious as usual. So that was good. But it was overall just a really good match. Shocking ending. Kevin Owens went for the pop-up powerbomb a handful of times. Then the last one he tried to get, he threw Ambrose up. Ambrose, was able to roll him up for a 1, 2, 3 count. So Dean Ambrose is your brand new Intercontinental Champion. Very, very shocked by it. I firmly believe Kevin Owens would have had a long reign as Intercontinental Champion, at least to WrestleMania. I believe he was going to go, that long with the championship. You know what? I can't complain with Dean Ambrose having the title. Dean Ambrose definitely deserves it. I said in my predictions video, Ambrose should have been Intercontinental Champion, but every time he's got a title shot, it was at the wrong time for him to win it. So I'm glad he's Intercontinental Champion. He seemed legitimately excited. You can tell he just had a great celebration in the ring. So he completely deserves it, and congratulations. I wasn't expecting him to win it, but hopefully he has it till Mania. Hopefully he goes to Mania as champion then with it. So yeah, congratulations to Dean Ambrose. Him and Kevin Owens put on a really good match. Really enjoyed it, and yeah, just a big congratulations. From there, I'm going to go to the Divas Championship match, Charlotte versus Paige. Nothing to talk about here. It was better than the Survivor Series match, but that's not saying much. It was solid. I'll give it that. It was watchable compared to the Survivor Series match, where you're just like, whatever. But at least with this match, I was actually paying attention and really, into it. Ric Flair made the match. I would say him on the outside, just being Ric Flair. But there was a few things that, like, when Ric Flair tried to cheat, the referee was obviously looking at him, but the referee wasn't supposed to see him, even though he's staring directly at Flair doing it, so they played it off as he didn't see it. But it was, like I said, it was a solid match for what it was. Charlotte won when she threw Paige into an exposed turnbuckle and covered her after that. So it was decent. Probably their best match to date so far, to be honest. But that's not really saying much. But yeah, it was what it was. And then go to the main event, which was the tables, ladders, and chairs match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Sheamus versus Roman Reigns. War. That is the one word to describe this match. War. These guys killed each other, and I loved every second of it. Literally, this is a match where it's just carnage, and they're just beating the holy hell out of each other, and you can tell they're really letting it in. Hell, go on WWE's Instagram, look at the picture of Sheamus. His back is just destroyed from the spots he was taking. Roman Reigns got killed like 1,000 times, because he's got to look strong. He's got to get killed and come back to life all of a sudden. Sheamus put him through like 17 tables, I swear to God. He just kept putting Reigns through tables and tables and tables. They really utilized the TLC stipulation. That's the one thing I like about the show too, is that every gimmick match they utilize the gimmick. They utilize the ladders, they utilize the tables, they utilize the chairs. So I'm really glad that each gimmick match they utilize the stipulation, because you don't see that very often in WWE anymore, where they actually utilize what they're supposed to utilize. So I'm really glad about that. And these two just, like I said, just killed each other, and just, man, the ladder match where Reigns gave a Samoan drop through a ladder on the outside was just absolutely cringeworthy. That just looked, oh man, that looked really painful. It's just, it was war, ROH calls their ladder matches ladder war, and that's pretty much what this match was, a ladder war. And I loved every second of it. And you can tell each guy was just laying it in. They weren't holding anything back, and it was a great match. The spot I absolutely loved. And Reigns took a very bad bump too. Sheamus pushed him off the ladder, and Reigns almost looked like he broke his ankle. He just landed straight on it. It looked absolutely terrible. But to me, the sickest spot was Sheamus was climbing the ladder, and then Reigns ran up and jumped up and gave him a Superman punch, and Sheamus fell back through a table. Best spot of the match. That was absolutely awesome. I absolutely loved that spot. But Reigns was climbing. Reigns got to the top, and of course Rusev and Del Rio came out for the League of Nations. Where Barrett was at, I have no idea. But Rusev and Del Rio came out to attack Reigns, but Reigns, being the guy that he is, overcomes the odds, took them all out. Him and Sheamus are racing to the top. They get pulled down, or Reigns pulls Sheamus down. Sheamus bro kicks him. Sheamus goes to the top, and Reigns still has fight in him. He's climbing the ladder, but Sheamus is up there. Sheamus grabs it, pulls it down. Sheamus retains the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, which was a hellacious, just brutal war. Absolutely loved every second of it. Sheamus retains. As they're celebrating, Sheamus just goes apeshit. He takes out the League of Nations. He's brutalizing Sheamus with a chair to the point where Triple H comes out and is like, hey, stop. You need to stop. And then he just beats the whole hell out of Triple H. Gives him a Superman punch, wails on with a chair, gives him a powerbomb through a table. Didn't go through the table, so he gave him a freaking elbow drop through the table. Reigns just went absolutely ballistic after the match. like it was like a 10-minute brawl, like just beat down on everyone in sight. He beat down the League of Nations. He beat down Triple H. He was anyone in sight. He was just beaten down, and it was a different side of Reigns that they should have shown a long time ago. This was the Reigns we needed at the beginning of the year, going into the match with Brock Lesnar. This is the Reigns we needed to see, and this was just a Roman Reigns where he was just hell bent and he just wanted to just kill everything in sight. And I loved every second of it. You know, where they're going to go forward with this, I don't know if they're going to write Reigns off and Triple H for the time being, because, you know, they pretty much made the angle seem like, oh, he's getting fired. So I don't know where they're going to go, but I just know that the post-match angle was just absolutely awesome. I loved every second of it, and the crowd got behind Reigns. You know, during the match, they weren't for him. They were booing him when he climbed the ladder. I mean, another thing, the crowd wasn't even in the TLC match, and they were having a great match. They were having a fantastic match, and the crowd just did not care. They were chanting, "We want Cena." Yeah, we want Cena. We miss Rollins and Daniel Bryan and CM Punk too. Why are you still chanting CM Punk? He's been gone for almost 2 years. Like, come on, move on. But yeah, just the aftermath is just absolutely awesome. I loved it. Triple H and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. It's going to be fire. It's going to be lit. It's going to be an awesome match, and I can't wait to see it. But yeah, you know, just a really fun pay-per-view, I thought. I really enjoyed it. I had fun, and I thought it was a good way for them to go out, especially with the angle now with Triple H and Roman Reigns. Going into the next year is definitely going to heat up too, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And this new Roman Reigns, hopefully he stays this way. Hopefully we don't see him again. He goes back to his tater tots Roman Reigns like he was being. Hopefully we see a new character, a new side of Roman Reigns going forward, so that'll definitely be a lot of fun as well. But yeah, that'll do it for my TLC review, guys. If you guys would like, leave your guys' thoughts in the comments below, what you guys thought about the pay-per-view, if you liked it or not, what matches you liked, and, you know, pretty much just your overall thoughts in general. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Thank you guys once again for watching.